All right, yo, what's up, YouTubers? I'm gonna do a video this time about, I guess, homosexuality and why it's being promoted and increased. Okay, so because there's a lot of confusion going on, and regards towards a lot of disinformation that's also taking place, and that I notice. All right. If you're on my channel and you're a viewer, you're probably hip. All right. Now, I guess this video is not really for the hip people because you guys should know a lot of this stuff. Okay. So let's get down to business. Um, I like to state that rape is not sex. Number one, and a lot of people don't quite comprehend that. It's not really getting in your mind, in your head. So let's clear that up. Number one, and the reason why I say this is people will push that agenda, which is childhood trauma automatically makes you gay. You know what I mean? Which is totally ridiculous because that so many levels is totally disingenuous. Now, so I'm really not going to speak too much on that per se. Okay, because I know that has nothing really to do with it. Now, there may be some cases where the victim may try to rationalize his experience with overcompensating, and then maybe take on that identity. Now, those are for people that have already reached a schism within their brain. Now, so we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the media's role and society's role in them propelling this agenda and also instituting it through all kind of camouflages, and a lot of it has to do with politically correct agendas. Okay, so you'll have people that you call celebrities, stars. That's what you call them. I don't call them that, because people follow the stars, right? So listen to them. So they'll put in through conditioning and through via movies, commercials, entertainment, you name it, books, science fiction, whatever, you name it, they'll put it in there. These politically updates, which are really nudges, and like, cause you're a program, you don't have logic, so like a computer, right? So the architect's gonna update you with updates, and so blurring gender roles. Like for instance, you have the Star Wars movie where the woman's saving the man now, and so people don't know, when you think you're being entertained, you're actually in this thing called alpha state, and suggestions are easier, more given to your subconscious. So you got that lesbian chick, that bitch, saved the mockingbird, right? So they'll get her lesbian ass to, I don't know, to outmanly the men. Okay, and then you like in Star Wars, they had the black dude. He was all effeminate. This nigga didn't have a gun or nothing. He was sweating, and that's how they like niggas, sweating and shit, and looking nervous and shit. That's a form of white supremacy too. But I'm not really gonna go into there right now because they're really attacking. They're doing a lot of agendas at multiple times. So via television and politically updates like Serena Williams or Venus. I don't know. They did this thing called define labels, talking about this isn't a girl's car. This isn't a gay person's car. No, girls like girly shit. That's just the way it goes. Boys like when growing up, we like race cars, race tracks and cars, and we go vroom, and the girls would be playing doll, or Tea Party, and that's what they do. Girls would be girls, boys would be boys. But what they're doing is they're suppressing a lot of these attributes. So, for instance, now the kids, they don't get to play in the morning because they don't want those attributes coming out. They don't want the boys going Arr! And the girls in their little corner doing what they're playing hopscotch or whatever, right? So what they're doing is they're permitting or they're suppressing that coming out, because then you realize there's a difference between boys and girls. Now, the powers that be are going to tell you there is no fucking difference. That gender does not exist because that's their fucking agenda. So, you're going to have scholars, they call them scholars, who, are nothing but shills for ushering in these archetypes in your head. So, now you also have your music. Your music, they'll try to make unisex music. So you don't know if he's singing towards a man or a woman, because they'll use words like, you're my baby. And so it's like, so you don't know if he's talking about a woman or a man, they're talking about a baby. And then you get into these relationships, and then you're calling your woman baby all the time. You start treating her like a baby. And they start treating you like one. And what's a baby? Helpless. And there's more psychology that goes into that. Okay? Now, you also got your food. You got your food like your soy. Your soy and your certain plastics that will make you more feminine. They have cancer causing as well, and so they'll use food like soy and certain plastics to attack you biologically and actually your hormones. And so for instance, the plastics can create a lot of miscarriages and spontaneous abortions and smaller penises and etc. So the culling has been taking place. So it's in your music, it's in your food, it's in your television, it's a lot of places, and it's even might be even be in your religion. So this is just a brief synopsis on what I wanted to mention about this gay agenda thing. Maybe later I'll rant a little more about it, more on a scientific approach, and maybe more on an insight. But I'm just giving you something quick